what do you think are the main gaps in the tech sector when it comes to emotional intelligence? And how has that been addressed historically and to the present?
So in the tech world, and really I'd say the corporate world in general, right? We've had this sort of idea that emotions are not appropriate in the workplace, right? And that's, obviously from hundreds of years of certain working a certain way, but it really
Mhm.
hasn't changed that much, right? Since 100 years ago. The term "let's be professional here" often means, hey, emotions have nothing to do with it. Let's just use the IQ. And so Amazon, in many ways, has been a poster child of indexing on IQ and done really well, right? We've been
Mm.
incredibly innovative, incredibly successful. So we, from the very beginning, were very, very focused on let's get really smart people who also have these particular qualities that we call the leadership principles. Um, the interesting thing about leadership principles is that they actually had emotional intelligence sort of implicit in them. For example, one of them is earn trust.
Mm.
And it says leaders listen attentively, speak candidly, and treat others respectfully. They're vocally self-critical, even when doing so is awkward or embarrassing, right? I mean, obviously, there's some emotionally laden words in there, right? There's another one that says have backbone, disagree, and commit. And that says that you respectfully challenge decisions when they disagree, and even when doing so is uncomfortable or exhausting. Leaders have conviction and are tenacious, right? Again, you see through these emotionally laden words, and customer obsession really is the foundation, right? It says earn and keep customer trust.
Mm.
And so the fact is, they were implicit. So you could apply these with a high level of emotional intelligence, and you would apply them better if you did. However, you could also get away with not having emotional intelligence as you apply them, because you could, again, deliver results without thinking about the cost on the people and
Mm.
having little empathy for those who have to
Mm.
deliver those results,
Mm.
right? Or you could have backbone, disagree, and commit, but sort of leave out the respectful part and just basically be a jerk and say it
Mhm.
in perhaps an insulting way because, well, hey, I'm just disagreeing, right? That's what the leadership principle says. So it was implicit but not explicit. And so what happened 2 years ago was our leaders, in their sort of understanding of things, and I think just realization, added a new leadership principle that's called strive to be Earth's best employer. And I believe that it actually represents a trend that is going on across really the industry. And that is, we need to understand how to become more people or human centered,
Mm.
in addition to all the sort of technology, business, innovation
Mhm.
centered things that we've been doing, because what got us here won't get us there.
Yeah.
We realize that a lot of things have changed. And so I just want to read the leadership principle. We call them LPs because it's actually wonderful. It's as if the
Mhm.
people who wrote it had emotional intelligence on their mind
Right.
as they wrote it. It says, leaders work every day to create a safer, more productive, higher performing, more diverse, and more just work environment. They lead with empathy, have fun
Mm.
at work,
Mm.
and make it easy for others to have fun. Leaders ask themselves, are my fellow employees growing? Are they empowered? Are they ready for what's next? Leaders have a vision for and commitment to their employees' personal success,
Oh.
whether that be at Amazon or elsewhere. And I love that because, like I said, when it came out, I was thrilled. I was like, oh my goodness, this really makes it explicit that the sort
Yeah.
of idea of empathy, understanding your employees, investing in them, that human-centered part of it was really going to be important. And so, like I said, across the industry, I think so many companies that I've talked to are realizing the same thing. You've had the pandemic.
Right.
We've had really this awareness erupt in many sort of companies that we need to be more diverse and equitable and inclusive. We have a new generation that's coming into the workforce who really, in many ways, do expect more of this type of leadership. And, you know, obviously with all the things going on just around the world, there's more anxiety and tension and stress and
Mhm.
all that going on. So again, leaders who are wise realize that we need to do things to be able to provide more of this. And we can't just focus on the IQ if we want to succeed sustainably into the future.